Dave here with Limitless Brave. For the past 16 years, I've been mentoring men to help them shift their mindset so that they can shift their world, helping them with their dating life, their marriages, their divorces, their businesses and careers, as well as living an awesome lifestyle. And of course, everyone's favorite, making more money. Now, if you're interested in any of the work that I do, all my workshops, and my Limitless Brave private reserve community, which is free to join, are listed down below in the description. Today we're going to be talking about stopping the act of strength, meaning what is it going to take for you to actually feel safe and stop the act of false strength that you're projecting out into the world and onto other people. A lot of men project false strength because inside they feel weak, they feel less than, they feel undeserving, unimportant, or not good enough. Think about the last time that you actually felt safe enough to truly be the man that you are, without having to put on the mask, put up the facade, pretend to be something that you're not, creating that false strength that I'm talking about. A lot of guys, when they finally find that safe space, it's almost like they've forgotten who they really were. And when the walls come down, when the act comes down, when the facade of strength actually comes down, they feel so low because they've been riding this false high for a long time. You can't state pump yourself into a false reality without it ultimately having negative consequences on your own psyche, your own nervous system, and just the way you perceive yourself in the world, as a part of the world, and what the world may or may not be doing to you. For a lot of guys, when they find that safe space and they can actually take the mask off, they can drop the facade, they don't have to project a false strength out in front of them that a lot of people can actually see through. When that all comes off, all that armor, all the posturing, all the masks, all the fake facades, when that finally collapses, when that guy finds the safety where he can let it all go, he's just going to collapse. He's going to go into a dark place most of the time because he's been performing so much that he's actually exhausted and doesn't even realize how emotionally exhausted he is. And when you're doing this type of behavior, you're building a house of cards that ultimately is going to become crashing down at the worst possible time. Think about it. When you walk into a room, you're posturing, you're trying to keep your voice from cracking, you're not feeling confident, and you're trying to calculate what everybody's going to say and do so that you can put on the right show for them so that you don't get found out about how empty, how weak, how unimportant you feel inside. And the aftermath of this show, this charade, this act that you're putting on is the tight jaw, the clenched body, the exhaustion from doing this day in and day out. Telling yourself, oh, I'm fine, I'm good, I can handle this, when inside you're actually dying and don't really want to be a part of this. You really want to run away and kind of hide. And rightfully so, because you've taxed your nervous system and your mind to the highest level. And you end up living up here in your head, being a human calculator of other people's emotions and movements and things that they say, and you read into it way too much and make a mountain out of a molehill ultimately for a lot of guys that live like this. So be aware of the exhaustion in the show and then the amount of negative stories that you continually build, because you're not really being yourself. You're being a character of yourself, which doesn't come across as authentic. For a lot of guys, they simply say, yeah, I've felt this my whole life. I don't know any other way. Guys, there's a much better way, a much easier way, a much more confident, calm, less exhausting way to present yourself to the world, to interact with your world, And through the work that I do, I can help get you there. And there's so much more life that comes back into the guys that I work with. Some of them actually de-age because the stress in their face that they've been holding there for a decade plus, or even multiple years, goes away because they finally can get to relax and then learn how to use those relaxation skills as they move back into their daily job, their daily life. And things become so much more easier for them, so much more pleasant. And the people around them notice these shifts and start interacting with them accordingly. What a lot of men don't understand is that the more masks they wear, the more facades they put up, the more they try to act and perform something that they're not, the more they're going to get a show back from other people ultimately. They're never going to really get to know people on a deep level because people sense the manipulation that's going on with you. So to protect themselves, they're going to manipulate back. They're going to act in character back to you. And most people don't understand this, and they wonder why they don't get results in life, whether it's dating, business, making sales, making money, etc. Because what you put out is what you're going to get back. So I've got some questions for you. What are you trying to protect by pretending to be strong? Who would you be if you stopped performing and started trusting yourself and trusting who you are and what you're about? How do you think the world would interface with you at that point? And not only that, how much energy is wasted putting on this show when you could just be calm and have more energy for the things you like doing, sports, lifting weights, your hobbies, whatever it may be. Because the more we have to create a false identity, create a dog and pony show for the world so that they don't really see who we actually are, is more energy wasted on something that's not serving us in any way, shape, or form. So your challenge today is to pick one truth that you want to speak and speak it and be done with it and let it land the way that it does. The second part of this is to notice what happens as far as reaction inside your body emotionally and physically. Does the body tighten up? Does it relax? Does it get scared? Is there fear involved? What kind of emotions are tied to it when you speak the truth? And the way that you can develop this skill set over time is practicing exactly what I said every single day. Where are you being dishonest and hiding from your own self? And where can you be more honest and show up and be more truthful? Even if it ruffles some people's feathers, it's okay. It's your truth. It's the way you see things, and that's totally normal and totally fine. If other people don't like it, well, then that's on them. So when a man plays these types of games with himself, putting on the mask, the facade, the acting a persona to be a certain way, I mean, you're doing that because you're trying to protect yourself from being seen as who you really are as a man. And it's okay to be seen. Being seen does not equal weakness. It actually develops a much deeper strength inside. So you can drop all the bullshit and be who you are, be comfortable with it, and be that much more powerful of a man. For years now, I've been breaking this cycle in men when they come and participate in the workshops and the webinars that I do, the online coaching that I do. I see the game, I can identify it, I can show them how they're playing it, and their lives start getting dramatically better. Sometimes all it takes is just a few minutes for me to catch on to the game that they're playing, point it out to them, show them how it comes up in different parts of their life in different ways, and ultimately get them to surrender to this idea that they have to keep the show going. It's really good to alleviate the show, be who you are, the raw, honest, authentic version of yourself, because it's going to get you so much further in life. If this resonated with you, or you know that you've been performing or putting on a facade or wearing a mask, so to speak, to keep yourself safe because being seen as who you really are seems weak to you, then come check out what I do. I can help you through it. I can get you living much more genuinely, much more authentically, usually pretty quickly, quite honest. And yeah, I hope this video pointed out some stuff. I hope it helped you, and I will see you in the next one.